I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude towards just the things that people have said to me, and how much they appreciate things. Just the way I ran. And it's especially from my competitors and people that I compete against. To have their respect. Now that I've kind of gone through this whole journey and seen some of those people and how they work just as hard as I can't say that I worked harder than anybody else. Everybody else is trying just as hard and for I don't know, maybe harder than I did. And so to have their gratitude and for them to say that I had some kind of positive effect on them is extremely gratifying.
What were the last 24 hours like mentally preparing for this race?
It was just tough to kind of keep myself together. It was a little tough. Just a lot of other outside commitments and stuff that just the way it is. But I really soaked it up and enjoyed myself and was inspired by what a lot of things people said about myself, and it's extremely gratifying.
To have Joni and Julia here watching you for this race, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. They've been incredibly supportive, and I wouldn't be I wouldn't be as happy as I am today without them. I never got a medal at a World Olympic Championship, but I couldn't have asked for a better reward for my accomplishments than Julia and my daughter. I met Julia in 2007. My best year of my career, for sure. And I didn't realize at the time that that was my reward. I didn't even realize that was it. I didn't want to believe that athletically that was the end. But it was, and in retrospect, it's better than I could have.
What about the actual race itself? It kind of reminded me, seeing you in the back there, like of the Prefontaine race in high school. I was like, he's sitting back there, he's running 60-60. I was like, is the big kid going to come? Were you thinking that yourself, or?
I kind of was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's not my whole life, or my whole athletic career flashing before my eyes, but it just don't have that gear anymore. It's just not there anymore. And like as much as I wanted it to be, it's just not what it was,
And what were your thoughts when you crossed the finish line?
Oh man, I wanted to leave on a make. It just reminded me of going to the gym when you're a kid to the open gym, and you're shooting and you're missing. You're like, I can't leave the gym without on a miss. I gotta make one before I go home. And it's kind of what I wanted, but. It is what it is, and I'm walking away because it's it's just a finish line test. I'm just not getting to the finish line like I used to. It's just the way it is.
How's the triathlon training coming?
It's been going well, actually. I think I might have been overdoing it. It's hard to do both. I've been doing a lot of swimming and biking, so it's hard to try to be a miler and that at the same time, and so you can't do both. You can't be great at two different things. So I'm going to try to be great with all three together. So yeah.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
We took a quick photo.
Oh, for sure.
Keep your door open.